Welcome again to Highly Questionable. Gonzalo Levitar, Dan Levitar, that's Bomani Jones. What's on the show today, Bo?
Adam Silver, save us from the hacker strategy, please.
Oh, my God, that was hard to watch. Poppy, let's go.
Did you learn something about Tom Brady today that you never knew before?
All right, ESPN the Magazine's Kevin Van Valkenburg wrote a very interesting story about Tom Brady. Combined a lot of stories, some of them that we've heard before about him. One, we know he's not a big fan of Western medicine. Like somehow Tom Brady's the guy that can have a kook for a doctor and then stand in front of people and say how he hates Western medicine. And we don't think that he is crazy. But Tom Brady, also nice guy. Did you know that when the head of a bank had lost $6.2 billion for that company, Tom Brady gave him a call with a pick-me-up to say, hey, even Super Bowl champions have bad days too? That Tom Brady, he's always looking out for the little guy.
What did we just do here? We've got to break down Brady against Phil Necro this weekend, however it is that we can do it. Brady against Charlie Huff, and so we'll do it this way. This way he'll do. He can't work his printer at home. He's obsessive compulsive about preparation. And one of the things that you learned here is that Gisele Bündchen, pretty strong influence in his life. His diet, super meticulous. I don't know that anything is terribly surprising in this story, but you do get a glimpse of Tom Brady that you probably haven't seen before, because as a public famous figure, we don't know him very well.
Did you hear what Peyton Manning said about this?
Oh, here we go. Another one of these. Go ahead.
Oh, he said, hey, yeah, I heard that there is a big story about Brady. Can somebody get my glasses, please? Can somebody get my glasses? Yeah, big story about Brady.
All right, enough.
Did the Warriors beat down of the Bulls get you thinking about 73 again?
I mean, this team is really overwhelming. Up at one point by 43 points in that game, and Draymond Green didn't do very much in it. What I love about the Warriors, Bomani, aside from their earned arrogance, aside from Leandro Barbosa tossing up an alley-oop and then talking to the cameraman to make sure that he got a shot of that alley-oop, is that the Warriors are talking without any dilution whatsoever about, yeah, we're going after Michael Jordan. We want to get 72.
I mean, when would you have stopped thinking about them getting 73 wins? They're 39-4. Like, they've got some meat on the back end of their schedule. But if you ever thought it before, there was no reason to stop just because they lost to the Pistons. Here's my thing with the Warriors. Dan's right. They are a cocky, swaggering bunch. They enjoy every bit of being dominant. The problem is they don't seem to think they're cocky. They just think that they are very, very confident. Own it, guys. Please own it. Otherwise, you become the Duke of the NBA doing all this stuff like, what? What are you talking about? I want to like you. Own it.
Yes, please.
Has anyone checked on Wilbon today?
Oh, my God.
Is he okay?
How broken is he? He thought Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose were going to give him a game. Do we have footage of Wilbon sobbing in the stands?
Hey, that game was close. Derrick Rose started 5 of 6. Derrick Rose went out. It went plus 16 the other way for the rest of the quarter.
Should we call him? I think that we should call him.
He's not picking up. It's all going straight to voicemail.
Wait till Wilbon finds out this show exists, boy. He's going to be mad at y'all.
Yeah.
Does Adam Silver need to get off his butt and change the rules about hacking?
All right, Adam Silver has kind of made himself into the people's commissioner, right? He got rid of Donald Sterling for the people. He talks about how gambling would be good. People like that sort of thing. People don't like this, all right? Andre Drummond, you're bad at shooting free throws. We understand this. 13 for 36 last night, because that's 1 foul. That's 2 fouls. That's 3.
I mean, yeah, just bringing guys off the bench no one's ever heard of just to foul Drummond.
They brought KJ McDaniels in to foul Andre Drummond 5 times in the first 9 seconds of a quarter because they wanted to hurry up and get to the penalty to get him on the line. Look, I understand you want to penalize guys because they don't shoot free throws well. Nobody wants to see this. NBA regular season games are really exhibitions. We watch them for fun. That ain't it.
So Drummond misses more free throws last night than Steph Curry has missed all season. He misses 23 free throws. Steph Curry has missed 22 this season. Stan Van Gundy, he's always honest about this stuff. Listen to him, Stan Van Grumpy.
Adam Silver in the league, they've decided that's the way they want to play the game, and that's what they want people to watch. So, you know, as long as the fans are okay with watching it, then we'll continue to play that way. At some point, the fans may get to the point and say, we're not going to pay to watch this. We're going to flip the channels, you know, and if they haven't yet, That's what Adam keeps saying. And when they do, then the league will have to make an adjustment. That's not up to us. Our job is just to coach the game within the rules. And, I don't decide what it is people want to watch. That's up to Adam and his people.
They have to change the rules because the customers don't want this. And just think of it this way. That game is so graceful. That game is ballet in the air. Basically, what you're doing in this situation is the single most incompetent thing you will find amid athleticism is the thing that we're bringing to the line again and again. You will find nothing else in that sport that is more incompetent than one of these guys shooting free throws. We don't need it to be happening 36 times in a game.
I have never seen him watching any of these games, where they have a big guy and they keep hacking the big guy. He never shows up for those games. He just shows up for the big ticket games, not these games, where there's a lot of hacking involved. He never shows up,
Yeah, that's true. Let's get Adam Silver a courtside seat for one of these games.
That's
or
right.
let this happen in like Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
That's right.
I bet you something would change then.
That's right, suffer like the customers that they go to the arena, they suffer, That's right. You don't have no privilege in the NBA.
That's right, my father says,
That's right.
agreeing with Bomani again and again on a point that my father made.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. Does the NFL need to strengthen the Rooney Rule?
Some professors came out with a study that's pretty damn damning. You've got 1,200 coaches from 1985 to 2012, and the professors from Georgetown and some other schools are showing you that it's 114% more difficult for a black assistant to climb to coordinator. What you have is, generally speaking, it's not always, but generally speaking, you have white people in position of powers, and they're more likely to hire and raise up other white people to positions of power. The Rooney Rule doesn't do very much other than get a lot of token interviews. It's better than what we had, but it can still be obviously a lot better.
Yeah, but we've also seen the Rooney Rule has, in fact, made things better. I'm reluctant to say that it reduces to token interviews because a lot of guys have their careers. Mike Tomlin, for example, for turning one of those interviews into his opportunity. But every time we talk about strengthening the Rooney Rule, we avoid doing what we must do, which is to chastise the people who are in charge. Like the idea that they need to ask the Fritz Pollard Alliance for the listed names of guys that they should call. How do you find the white guys that you call? This isn't just a matter of we just elevate the white guys. There's this whole big old gap in not being able to evaluate black people properly. But I don't know if you're watching what's going on in Cleveland, because apparently Hugh Jackson is like doing his own version of Harlem Nights, his one-man Rooney Rule revolution, because they're going to have a black man calling the plays on offense and a black man calling the plays on defense. A black man who very recently had cornrows with beads on the end of them. Like Hugh Jackson might wind up being the new Tony Dungy, who had 3 black assistant coaches under him wind up becoming head coaches. If he can find the guys, why are other people struggling so much?
Is it a big deal that the Bills hired the first full-time female coach in the NFL?
All right, her name is Catherine Smith. She's going to be a quality control assistant on special teams for the Buffalo Bills, and Rex Ryan hired her. There's not been a woman to have a job like this. Is it a big deal? Certainly, because we're talking about decade after decade after decade of this being all men, and now we have a woman in a job that we have not seen a woman in before, and it seems like a job that, honestly, more women could wind up getting. If you look at the way that Smith rose through the ranks, it's a way that's not unlike guys like Eric Spoelstra in basketball, where you get a small job in the operation and then work up, start at something like video or something like that, and then go from there. I'm curious to know how many more people are interested in taking a similar path, because it seems to be attainable.
Anytime there's a pioneer, and that's what's happening here in this sport, you've got some pioneering going on, it's a big deal. Think about this and think about when you're watching football on Sundays. Where are the women? Generally speaking, they're on the sidelines as reporters, and they're on the sidelines as corporate-sponsored objectification, jiggling, dancing in the name of support, but really just giving you corporate-sponsored objectification that we sort of shrug our shoulders about and accept as it is because it's been so for so long. Here, you're giving legitimate power to somebody who can start a revolution. You're giving power, and you're saying it's okay for people to come after her and do things that aren't usually jobs that women have. We should be celebrating that.
And a detail worth noting on this, by the way, the man who made this decision, Rex Ryan, I don't think it's coincidental that he's a guy with a mother who has a doctorate from the University of Chicago. Like, the idea of competent women isn't as shocking to him as it seems to be to many of you other savages.
Now, if only he could find a competent brother.
Well, that was a cheap shot.
It really was. I felt it. I thought it was a
you
good.
know what I mean?
I know it was. It was a
He's right.
cheap shot. It
Keep
was
everything
a
in
cheap
the
shot.
family.
It
Have to
was
jump
right.
in and
It
say
was.
something.
Knock against the Catherine Smith hire is you did hire your brother, right? If you hired Rob Ryan, what the hell do you know about hiring coaches?
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
No, you have to make fun of him because it's Rudy Gobert and he tried to dunk with two hands. That's the least self-aware thing that Melo's done since he stood in front of that bus waiting to fight KG.
Time to play the game that is a fighter, not a lover. Do you question?
You give us topics and events and we question them.
Do you question if Melo should have gone for the finger roll?
We'll take you out to the world's most famous arena where they haven't won a championship since 1973. Jazz and the Knicks. That's Rudy Gobert. I feel like I know how this is going to go.
Oh!
Good gracious. As soon as you heard Jazz and Melo should have finger rolled, you knew that meant Rudy Gobert.
Well, I just think the finger roll would have been blocked even more because it would have been more delicate. Quietly, by the way, Carmelo Anthony having one of his best years. He's actually changed almost the entirety of his game. He's a lot more efficient. He's passing a lot more, and he's absorbing Porzingis in a way that none of us expected. But let's make fun of him because it's Melo and the Knicks.
No, you have to make fun of him because it's Rudy Gobert and he tried to dunk with two hands. That's the least self-aware thing that Melo's done since he stood in front of that bus waiting to fight KG. KG.
Rudy Gobert was the one that made that block. Do you know that he's French?
Yes.
Do you know what he said after he made that play there?
No, here we
Oh, parlez-vous français, monsieur? Très bien. Très bien, monsieur.
Roll your R in French?
That was a hell of a play.
Wow, and he became a French Santa in the middle of that.
Not in my house. Not in my house.
He started with a French accent and ended with his own Cuban one.
Do you question if this should count?
All right, we go out to Raptors basketball. We don't cover Raptors basketball very much, even though they tend to be pretty good, the Raptors, and DeMar DeRozan tends to be pretty good. He had 34 last night. They won their 6th straight. What happened here?
DeRozan again looking to go one-on-one. Gets doubled. He gets fouled by Marcus. With
Oh, does it foul?
4.7 on the clock.
Oh,
Wow.
that should count. Did it
That's
count?
the most continuation I've ever seen.
Wow.
They didn't give him continuation on that. Should it be continuation, Bo?
I mean, that's an extension of the definition of continuous. Better question, was there a foul?
You know, that was a hell of a shot. A hell of an effort. And the referee says, no, you go to the free throw line and get 2 free throws. You know, that's not right. You know, that's the reason that some of these refs, they should be replaced. We need replacement ref.
No, we've tried that.
That's right.
We've tried that before.
No.
That was
a
in
disaster.
football. In basketball, it's different.
Oh, we did that once too.
That's right.
All right, this your move today, to say things that are clearly wrong and just say that's right?
That's right.
Okay, great.
Do you question if all ball guys look alike?
So what's going on here, fellas? Whose idea was this?
I'm
This
not
you?
saying
But
anything.
you
I'm
like
not
making
saying
you like
anything.
making a joke.
I didn't say anything.
Anyway, okay. Anyway, Pierre McGuire, he's a reporter. It's NHL. He's covering the Red Wings. What happens here?
Biggest missed assignment of all, unfortunately, goes to our guy, Pierre McGuire, who goes to Pat
Oh.
Ferschweiler. And then
Oh,
realizes
he thinks
needs
so. He
the
got
other
the
ball
wrong guy.
And he goes over to Jeff Blashill and finally gets
Wow,
it right.
that
So,
was
hey,
a lot of baldness per square foot there.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a lot better, though. It could have wound up worse. I'm not sure if you gentlemen remember that Minnesota-Purdue game where Jerry Kill was looking to go shake Daryl Hazel's hand,
Yes.
and he ran up on one of the other black dudes on the
Yeah,
sideline.
that's slightly less cute than
Yeah,
what
but-
we just saw there.
Yeah, here it is. And the key here is this must happen all the time because look how quickly he sent him to the black dude in charge. Just that fast. In fact, I think that's why he wears the white jacket and nobody realizes it. So you'll know it's me.
Oh, no.
You know, that looked like the meeting of the Adam Silver fan club.
Yeah, yeah, it really
That's
did.
right. I
It
mean,
really
if Adam
did.
were sitting there, you know,
Right.
they would have gone to him and tried to talk him.
Coincidentally, I think Adam Silver looks a lot like Tony Dungy.
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
This is a brawl.
He's the Suge Knight. Oh, that's a
Oh, he's got a good left, but he's kind of wobbly.
I'm just trying to figure out if those dudes had slipped in the bathtub, they'd hit the medical alert bracelet. But they keep falling down on concrete out here. They want to get up and fight some more.
That is just tremendous.
Gail, I'm done with you. Gail, we done. It is true. I hit that dude for the work. Stick and move. Then I skirt, skirt, skirt. Skirt, what is up with you? Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that spends most of its day in a haze. See? Or no?
Tell us what's on television. He's always intrigued.
On TNT, Clippers and Cavaliers.
Oh, yeah, this will be fun. Does anyone else find it funny, though? DeAndre Jordan wooed by the Mavs. We'll make you a star. We'll make you a centerpiece. They're never going to do that in Los Angeles. He goes back to Los Angeles, and they finally put him in a commercial. But what do? Hey, wear a blonde wig. We'll make a total fool out of you. Congratulations. Welcome back to L.A. Here's DeAndre Jordan talking to Bleacher Report, kind of making fun of Dwight Howard.
Do you like fun? Would you rather see this or this? Do you like jokes?
Dwight Howard sleeps with a binky at night. Vote for DeAndre.
Vote for DeAndre, who likes to slam. That's fun. Vote for DeAndre, who likes to dunk. Boom. Vote for DeAndre, who likes to monster jam. Yum. A vote for DeAndre Jordan is a vote for fun. This message brought to you by the DeAndre Jordan for All-Star Super Bowl.
That's how they got him back there, Bomani. That's how they got him back from Dallas. They promised him stuff like that. Bomani, you intrigued?
Two notes here. One, if Dwight Howard did something like this, we would kill him for being such an immature child. Number two, coincidentally, Dwight Howard is represented by Dan Fagan, the agent DeAndre Jordan used to have before things got all wonky during the summer.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Even though the Cavaliers had beat the Nets, last night, the Nets are a bad team. They got blown away by the Warriors, and you know what is going to be the best part of that game? You know what it's going to be?
No, we heard you.
Well, I'm telling you, you know what it's going to. Yeah, the Clippers are going to kill the Cavs.
Oh.
And after the game, somebody's going to talk to Kevin Love. And I love those type of interviews. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Can we get that good Kevin Love eye roll again?
On Fox Sports Arizona, Sharks and Coyotes.
No, but this is just an excuse to show you a hockey brawl after the game. Look at this.
A power play that's got hot, and oh man, that's still going on right now. Who is that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Duclair.
He's hitting him in the helmet, though. That ain't
Worked
smart.
over by somebody. Things are getting out of control here.
Oh, that's the sound of somebody's helmet.
Larson in the middle of that. Anyone wants to see.
Yeah, this one is.
Yeah, that's a legitimate fight after the game. This is over, by the way.
Bogosian's in there.
Everything is over here. Like, guys have gone back. I'm assuming guys have gone back to the locker room.
Take a shower. Like, don't you want to go outside and take a shower?
And I'm pretty sure that was the only hockey story that we had in the show today. Bomani, are you intrigued?
We had the ball guys. We had more hockey than that.
the
And by the
ball,
way,
the
I just
ball.
like to say I absolutely love how calmly announcers can handle these fights when white people are out here fighting. Because everybody's just so calm and cool about it. Oh, boy, they're just out here having, oh, boy, it looks like he caught one in the jaw there.
It would be worse if that happened in basketball, or we'd cover it worse. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Well, listen, that wasn't a brawl. You want to see a brawl? That was a brawl.
What was?
Oh, yeah, that's a
There
brawl.
you go.
That's the one.
There you
That's
go.
right. That's right.
That's right.
Look at that. Look at the old guy there. Come on.
Oh. This is a brawl.
He's the Suge Knight. Oh, that's a, oh.
Oh, he's got a good left, but he's kind of wobbly.
I'm just trying to figure out if those dudes had slipped in the bathtub, they'd hit the medical alert bracelet. But they keep falling down on concrete out here. They want to get up and fight some more.
That is just tremendous. The third old guy
I
goes
know.
in there.
They got to be a lady involved. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
there's gotta
That's
be-
right there.
Ooh,
That's,
wow.
that's right. There's a lady involved.
He is still throwing those lefts and still going to the
Who's
ground.
the sociopath that's just filming this, by the way?
Hey, wait a minute. Is that guy barefoot? He threw a kick in there, too. That fight was so much better than the hockey fight we just saw.
On WE TV, Growing Up Hip Hop.
Okay, let's give it a chance. What do we got?
They were born into fame.
We paved the way.
And fortune.
I made my first millions when I was 23 years old.
They're the next generation of hip-hop royalty.
Future, man, they don't even know.
Now they must make a name for themselves.
This industry ain't no joke.
Y'all gotta stick together, and you don't quit.
But living in the shadow of famous parents.
Mom was crazy. Can you please leave?
I'm not leaving.
It's not easy.
Your mom's is an OG.
The keys to the kingdom.
I had nothing to lose. You got a lot to lose.
Unlock the door to a new world of doubt.
What if I do mess up everything? It's a lot of pressure.
Danger.
I have a legit stalker. What is this?
That's a scary thing.
And destiny.
No, it's not the children that bother me on this one. I don't like seeing my rap heroes, my hip-hop heroes, getting old. Old rappers, not a lot of fun. Having Prodigy that are now making rap makes me sad. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Kind of intrigued, I must admit, but I'm most intrigued. They're talking about these kids in the shadows of legends, and they said one of them was James DeBarge's kid. Like, I feel like we're stretching the term legend out mighty far. James DeBarge, the dude that was kind of married to Janet Jackson, but not nearly as famous as all the other DeBarges.
Yeah, was he hip-hop? Are we counting?
That's the next part.
Yeah. Not only not legend, also not hip-hop. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued, but I don't understand why a kid would want to be on a TV show with his parents. I don't understand that.
Right? Why would
Yeah,
anyone?
well,
Yes. Why would you ever do that?
I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
Best job is getting on a TV show with somebody else's parents.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.